to a 6-month post plea with an order to stay away from the home where he was arrested, and that restitution is reserved, and to obey all laws.
Thank you. And he'd be entering a no contest plea to which count?
One moment, please.
I think with restitution being reserved, it would make sense for count 2.
All right, is that agreeable?
Yes, Your Honor, that's agreeable.
All right, so I'm just going to write in count 2 for the 6-month post plea, obey all laws, restitution reserved, and a stay away order. All right, and so with that notation, Mr. Phelpson, is this the change of plea form that you reviewed with Mr. Ferry with that case number and the agreement as you just stated on the record?
Yes, Your Honor, that is the form we went over today.
Thank you. Are you confident he understands all the rights he's given up as well as consequences of his plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. And as you went over all those rights and consequences, did you then direct him to place his initials in all these boxes and date and sign the form? To that charge.
No contest.
And you understood the court would treat the no contest plea the same as a guilty plea for sentencing purposes in this court.
Yes, Your Honor.
And counsel stipulate to a factual basis pursuant to People v. West.
Yes, Your Honor.
By the people.
Thank you. Based on the misdemeanor waiver of rights and change of plea form, based on my conversation with Mr. Phillipson, his representations of his interactions with Mr. Ferry, the court finds that the defendant has freely, voluntarily, knowingly, and intelligently waived his rights and entered into his no contest plea. The court will accept the no contest plea, find there is a factual basis for the plea, and find the defendant guilty of count 2. The court will sign the change of plea form and incorporate it into the record of today's case. People's motion as to count 1 as to this defendant only.
Dismissed in light of the plea, reserving right to comment and restitution.
Thank you. That motion is granted. Does
Press now.
all right, and 6334 North Glen Avenue.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, he'll be ordered to stay at least 100 yards away from that location, and also obey all laws, and will reserve restitution on this matter. There's no restitution amount at this time. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Thank you. Restitution will be reserved. If he's in full compliance, court will authorize 977 for that November 4th date. And is there anything further from the people?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Thank you. Anything further from defense?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay. That'll be the order.
I got more. You got more?
Judge, I tried speaking with Mr. Ramirez, but he does not wish to speak with me off the record.
All right. Well, then 1 moment. Let me pull that one back up. Give me 1 moment. Let me just. This paper open. All right, we'll recall the matter of Nestor Martinez Ramirez. This is case ending 967. And Mr. Ramirez is present in court. He is electing to proceed pro per at this point in time. Ms. Prabhakar is present via Zoom. And I do see, Mr. Ramirez, we have attempted to give you a copy of your police reports. Are you not wanting to accept them at this time?
I believe he just was trying to give that to me while I was sitting down. I don't know what's going on. I'd just rather be on the record for everything.
We have provided you a copy of the criminal complaint. We are now trying to facilitate giving you a copy of the discovery. Do you wish to receive that?
So are you trying to just bombard me with all this information, like literally minutes the day of literally while we're at this proceeding right now? I haven't had a chance to read anything. You guys are, I'm only hearing the threat. There is a coercion.
Sir,
of force here today.
you requested the discovery. We are providing it.
Thank you. Am I presumed innocent here today?
Yes, you are. Would you like to enter a not guilty plea?
Am I presumed innocent of every element of the charges against me here today?
You are, and so you can plead not guilty to them, or you can try to work out a plea agreement. Which way would you like to proceed?
Thank you for that information. I'd be more than happy to address it. Is jurisdiction one of those elements that I was just presumed innocent of?
No.
Are you saying for the record that jurisdiction is not a...
If you're challenging the jurisdiction of the court, file a motion.
Thank you for that information, but do you have contempt powers over people you don't have jurisdiction over?
Sir, I'm going to ask you one question and one question only. Do you wish to proceed with your arraignment?
I thought that's what we were doing here. I'm asking clarifications. I'm simply asking clarifications. And I was addressing, you said that jurisdiction, for the record,
Sir,
you said it was not an element of the charges against me here today?
you are charged in count one with a violation of Penal Code Section 148A1, that's commonly known as resist, obstruct, or delaying a peace officer. The maximum you're facing is 1 year in custody on that case, 1 year of probation, and substantial fines. On count two, you're facing a violation of Penal Code Section 647F, that is commonly known as public intoxication. That carries a maximum of 6 months in county jail, 1 year of probation, and substantial fines. On count three, you're charged with a violation of Penal Code Section 415, subdivision 1. That charge carries, Ms. Braga, that's 90 days.
Yes.
You face a maximum of 90 days on that count, 1 year of informal bench probation, and substantial fines. Count four, you're charged with a violation of Penal Code Section 69, commonly known as misdemeanor resisting executive officer.
Your Honor, I think that's a co-defendant.
Oh, that's a co-defendant. All right.
I think charges count 4 and 5 are for a co-defendant.
All right. So you are charged in counts 1, 2, and 3 of the criminal complaint. On count one, again, 1 year. On count two, 6 months. On count three, you're looking at 90 days. Those are the charges against you. You have the right to remain silent, to not incriminate yourself. You have the right to present evidence on your own behalf. You have the right to confront and cross-examine the witnesses against you. And you have the right to use the court subpoena power to bring in witnesses and evidence at no cost to you. And you have the right to counsel. If you cannot afford counsel, you also have the right to a jury trial on these charges. You have the right to enter a plea at this time of not guilty if you so wish to do so, or you can enter a guilty plea. Which would you like to do?
You just bombarded me with a lot of questions. Which ones did you want me to address first? You just said you were going to address one thing at a time. Like I said, I'm here as a non-attorney. Can we just please address one issue at a time?
And so you have the right to plead guilty or not guilty. Which one do you want to plead?
Thank you for that information. Well, my full intention is to plead guilty here today just as soon as I could get the clarifications answered. And earlier you said that jurisdiction was not an element of the charges. Is that what you're suggesting for the record?
That is not an element of the offense.
So jurisdiction is not an element of the charges.
I am not giving you legal advice.
I'm not asking for legal advice.
Challenge the jurisdiction, file a motion. You have a choice of a plea of guilty or not guilty at this time. How would you like to proceed? If you want to ask legal questions, I can appoint counsel. I'm not here to answer all your legal questions.
Judge, I think you're mistaken. I'm not asking legal questions. Your
Sir,
demeanor seems, I mean, you seem kind of
if
intimidating right now.
you
Your demeanor and your
do
tone.
not wish to proceed with arraignment, then we're going to move on.
Oh, well, let the record reflect. There's a bailiff standing right next to me. Is he trying to intimidate me? I'm speaking calmly.
You have the choice of entering a plea of guilty or not guilty. Which one do you want to do?
Can you not step so close to me? I feel intimidated and threatened. You have a weapon. I mean, let the record reflect. There's a bailiff standing right next to me with a
Yes,
weapon.
there is a bailiff in every courtroom in this
standing right next to
courthouse.
me. Well, I haven't
the
had a
record
chance to look
will
at any of
reflect-
this. Can we, I mean, can I get some time to look at all this? I mean,
Sir, if you
I've just
want-
got the 30 pages.
Sir, listen very carefully. If you want to enter a not guilty plea on today's date and set another court date, so you have time to review your paperwork, that's what we can do.
And I have time to review it before I put in any kind of plea. I haven't even read any of the discovery. It's about 30 pages long. How am I supposed to read all of that to put a knowingly involuntary plea?
Judge, can we just pick a continued arraignment date, and that way he has ample time to review the discovery and the complaint?
The people are agreeable to continue your arraignment to another date, so you have time to do that. Is that agreeable with you?
I feel pretty intimidated, so I feel forced to say yes.
You have your choice. You can enter a plea today, or we can continue your arraignment. Which do you want to do?
Well, I want some time, like I said. Can you have him back up a little bit? I feel really intimidated. He has a weapon right on his hip.
Sir,
And there's
there's a
social
bailiff.
distancing. Are we in COVID restrictions right now?
That is correct.
No? Okay, so he could be standing right next to me. He never did this earlier to anybody that came up here earlier.
And other people have not been disrespectful to the court, have not been interrupting the court, and have not been challenging jurisdiction and other issues.
I object to you saying that. I was not threatening or disrespecting or doing anything. I'm just simply here asking clarifications. I mean, if I could have some time, I'd like to get some time so I could read all this and, go over all this.
And how much time would you like? What day would you like to come back?
I mean, 30 pages, work and everything. I don't know, just to be on the safe side and stretch it out maybe like 2 months. I am a non-attorney.
2 months takes us to July the 6th. Is that date agreeable with people?
Fine, Your Honor.
And sir, you're ordered to return July the 6th at 8:30 back in this department for continued arraignment. Is that understood?
The same department?
This department, Department 1, July the 6th at 8:30, you're ordered to be present on that date and time for your continued arraignment.
Great. Well, I object to the entire proceedings and it's an appealable issue. Thank you. Have a nice day. Good to go? Am I free to go?
Yeah.
We'll take up the issues on July the 6th. You're free to go now.
Hi, Judge Lee.
Good afternoon.
I promise not to be too much of a bother.
Are you going to challenge jurisdiction, Mr. Schweitzer?
I do that. I only do that on Friday mornings. Yeah. on equal days.
Understood.
I just got through filing a brief challenging jurisdiction. I mean, I just sent one off to Judge De Lissandro.
I'm sure he's looking forward to hearing that hearing on that motion.
I'll send you a copy. I think you'd love it, Judge Lee.
I'm sure I would. How are you this afternoon?
You know, I'm,
Not good, huh?
you know, it beats picking grapes, doesn't it?
Very true. Very true. I know we have your motion on for argument. And I assume you're appearing 977 for your client, Mr. Schweitzer.
Yes, sir. Yes. Sir.
I did, and I hope. Do we have more from the public defenders? Or are you guys done pretty much? Except for I know Venture Phelps, and you have your motion too.
I have so many cases to call.
977s and FTAs.
Right. And Mr. Schweitzer, what does your calendar look like the rest of the afternoon, if you don't mind my
I'll
inquiring?
come back to you later if you want.